In the sweltering streets of 1920s Memphis, Tennessee, the cries of newborns echoed from hospital wards and maternity homes. But not all those cries would be heard by their mothers again. Behind whitewashed walls and polite Southern manners, a woman named Georgia Tann built one of the most horrifying child trafficking empires in American history, all under the name of charity. She was respected, even admired. Newspapers called her an angel, a savior of orphans. Her Tennessee Children's Home Society was seen as a model for adoption agencies across the nation. But behind her polished image, babies were being stolen, sold, and erased from their mothers' lives forever. It began with lies, small ones at first. Nurses would tell young poor mothers that their babies had died shortly after birth. Sometimes the women were sedated during labor and woke to empty arms. They were too poor, too powerless to question the system. In the South of the 1920s, single mothers were branded with shame, and Georgia Tann knew how to exploit it. Her organization worked with hospitals, midwives, and even local judges. When unwed mothers gave birth, paperwork was falsified. Their babies were whisked away, declared orphans, and placed into the arms of wealthy couples who could pay the price, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For the rich, it was a promise of a perfect family. For the poor, it was an unending nightmare. Tann's reach extended far beyond Tennessee. She built a nationwide network of buyers, politicians, movie stars, and powerful businessmen. Her victims included desperate parents who thought they were adopting legitimately, even received fake birth certificates, ensuring the child's true identity would never be found. The children themselves became commodities, cataloged, photographed, described like merchandise. Blue eyes, blonde curls, good health. Those were the prized ones. Others were labeled defective or undesirable and quietly discarded. Many of these infants never made it to their new homes. Some died of neglect or abuse while in Tann's custody. Between the 1920s and 1950s, an estimated 5,000 children passed through her hands. Thousands were lost forever, their identities erased, their families destroyed. And yet, Georgia Tann lived as a respected woman, dining with governors, shaking hands with judges, and being praised in newspapers as a pioneer of modern adoption. Her power came from connections. She had friends in high places, especially in the office of Memphis's political boss, Cada Kump. Together, they ensured that Tann's crimes stayed invisible. Complaints vanished. Court records disappeared. Mothers who came to reclaim their children were turned away, ridiculed, or even institutionalized. There are stories that haunt the archives. A mother named Alma, who gave birth to twins in a Memphis hospital, was told both her babies had died. Years later, she discovered they had been sold, one to a family in California, another to a couple in New York. She spent her life searching, never finding them. And then there were the children who grew up feeling something wasn't right. Some recalled vague memories of being taken from a porch or a hospital crib. Others carried fragments of a Southern accent they couldn't explain. Many learned the truth only decades later through DNA tests or yellowed documents uncovered in dusty archives. Tann's empire continued to grow, funded by greed and protected by silence. She built lavish offices, drove expensive cars, and traveled the country to recruit more clients. She even convinced lawmakers to support reforms that gave adoption agencies more control, laws that, ironically, helped her hide her crimes even deeper. But secrets rot in the dark. In 1950, a Tennessee state investigator named Robert Taylor finally exposed her operation. What he found shocked the nation: false birth certificates, unrecorded deaths, and financial ledgers showing the sale of children as if they were property. But before Tann could be prosecuted, she was diagnosed with cancer. She died that same year, taking many of her secrets to the grave. The Tennessee Children's Home Society was shut down soon after. Thousands of adoption files were destroyed. Families were left in limbo, mothers who still searched, children who never knew their real names. For decades, the victims lived in silence, some too ashamed to speak, others too afraid of reopening wounds that never healed. In the years since, survivors have come forward. Many have met their biological families for the first time, often in tears and disbelief. Some say forgiveness is impossible. Others say it's the only way to find peace. But all agree, Georgia Tann's crimes stole not just children, but entire generations. Today, memorials stand in Tennessee, marking the graves of the unknown, small headstones engraved with words like baby girl, infant boy, and unknown child. They are reminders of the thousands who vanished in the name of profit. And yet, Georgia Tann's legacy still lingers. Her methods, though monstrous, influenced modern adoption systems. Some of the legal frameworks she manipulated remain embedded in state laws today. It's a chilling reminder that even the most horrifying acts can leave lasting imprints on society. In the end, this is more than a story about one woman's greed. It's a story about power, who holds it, and who suffers when it's abused. It's about mothers silenced by poverty, children robbed of identity, and a nation that turned its eyes away for too long. The next time you see an old black and white photograph of smiling orphans, remember this: not every child who was rescued wanted to be saved. This was the Tennessee Children's Home Scandal, the stolen babies of America. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share to help uncover more dark truths that history tried to forget.